Hello students, I am Jasmeet from Maa Kalyanika Public School, going to teach you class 7 geography, chapter number 3, Our Changing Earth, and today's topic is major landforms. See students, gone away of landscape. Gone away of landscape means everything you see in the land is landscape. Everything that covers in the land, that is present in the land, that you can see is landscape. And gone away means disappearing, means many things are disappearing in the landscape. And why this is happening? This is happening because of the two reasons, that is erosion and weathering. What is erosion? Erosion is wearing away of landscape. Wearing away of landscape means displacement of landscape through wind, water, ice. And what is weathering? Weathering is breaking down of the rocks. Because of all these things, we can observe the gone away of our landscape. Now these eroded materials deposited in any other place and takes the form of new landforms. So now we will come to the topic work of the rivers. See, when the river falls in steep angle, then it takes the form of waterfall. When river falls in the steep angle, it takes the form of waterfall. You can see, you can understand by this picture. See this picture. What is waterfall? When the river falls in steep angle, that is waterfall. And when the river enters in plain areas, it turns, it twists and takes the form of bends, and that bends is known as meanders. When the river enters in the place, then it twists and turns and takes the form of bends, and that bends is known as meanders. Due to continuous erosion and deposition, these meanders come closer and becomes narrower. In due course of time, these meanders will cut off from the river, and this cut off piece is known as cut off lake or oxbow lake. And when the river overflows, it causes flooding. When the river floods, it deposits the layer of fine soil and material that is very fertile, and that leads to the formation of flat, fertile floodplains. And the raised banks are known as levees. See this picture. You can understand what is levees, what is oxbow lake, what is meanders. By this picture, it will be very clear to you. Students, I am going to tell you about some features of the river in a floodplain. See, we discussed about the meanders, levees. Have a look on it. What is meanders? When the river enters in the plain, it bends, it turns, and that bends are known as meanders. Means when the river enters in a plain, it bends, it twists and forms the bends, and that bends are known as meanders. And due to continuous erosion, when the river flows, it carries many eroded materials with it, and due to continuous erosion and deposition, meanders come closer. And see with the help of this picture, see, when the river starts, it is broad, and as it flows, it carries eroded material with it, and such deposition makes it closer and it becomes narrower by the time. And this loop, due to deposition, when this loop means bends of the river, the twist of the river is loop, and when this loop cut off from the river, it forms the oxbow lake. Now I will tell you, when the river overflows, it bends. What is bends? The land alongside the river. Land that is alongside the river is its banks, and when river overflows its banks, it's called flooding. And due to flooding, it deposits very fine layer these raised banks means due to these depositions, when the flood comes, these they carry so many eroded materials and sediments with it. And when these sediments deposited in the river banks, and that river banks is known as the levees. Now, when the river approaches to sea, its speed slows down because it carries so. See students, when this river approaches the sea, it breaks up into number of rivers. See with the help of this picture, this is the main river, and when it approaches to sea, it breaks up into number of streams. And this stream, see, this is the main river, and these are the streams which are break down from the main river. And these streams are known as distributaries. So when the river approaches the sea, it breaks up into number of distributaries, and that number of streams, and that streams is known as distributaries. Means these all are distributaries. And each stream has its own mouth. Means each mouth means this part which meets the ocean. This mouth, each stream has its own mouth, and when it flows to the ocean, it carries so many eroded materials, and that eroded materials is known as sediments, and the collection of these sediments deposited in the mouth of the river is known as delta. See students, I told you about the river, the meanders, oxbow lakes, levees, delta, all these features of the river. Now I will tell you about sea waves. Students, what is waves? Waves are those the flowing of the water. Water flow on the surface of the water. Flowing of the water on the surface of the water is waves, and these sea waves carry some sediments along with it. When the waves moves, when the water moves, it carries some sediments along with it, and they got deposited over the time. And when they got deposited, they take the form of coastal landforms. And when these waves continuously going on and hit the rocks, rocks broke down and takes the form of caves, and that is known as sea caves. And when this process is going on continuously, and over the years these cavities becomes bigger and bigger, and only the roof remains, and the hole and that small hole becomes bigger and bigger, and only the roof remains, and that structure is known as sea arch. And after that, with the flow of water over the years, they hit and hit, and then all the roof disappears. When the roof disappears, only the walls remains, and that walls are known as stacks. That walls are known as stacks, and the steep rocky coast above the seawater, is known as sea cliffs. See this picture. Now students, I will tell you about the ice, work of ice. So what is glacier? Glacier is river of ice. River of ice is known as glacier, and these also erode landscape by bulldozing soil and rocks, and after that the rocks present inside the earth beneath this layer started appearing, and by this process they carve out deep hollows in the land, and these deep hollows filled with the water when the ice melts, and this is known as lakes in the mountains. So students, what is work of ice? First of all, you have to understand what is glacier. Glacier is rivers of ice. Rivers of ice. And these also erode some landscape by bulldozing soil and rocks, and after that the rocks present beneath that started appearing, and these process going on continuously, and they carve out deep hollows inside the earth, and when the ice melts, these deep hollows filled with the water, and that place is known as beautiful lakes present in the mountains. See students, now I will tell you about the wind, work of the wind. See, when we were studying about the river, we studied that the eroded material, the erosion was done by the flow of the water in the river. And when we were studying about the sea waves, we studied that waves carry the eroded material. And what about deserts? In desert areas, all the erosion and deposition is done by the wind. And these erosion and deposition takes the form of rocks, and that rocks are in the shape of mushroom. Have you ever seen mushroom? That mushroom is wider in the top and narrower in the bottom. See this picture? This is mushroom shape. In this shape, rocks got formed in the desert areas. Why this take this shape? Because wind erodes the lower section of the soil, lower section of the sand. That's why in desert areas, rocks are in the shape of mushroom. Now, what is sand dunes? Sand dunes are those when wind blows. When wind blows, it transports materials, transports sand and silts along with it. And when wind stops blowing, that sand and silts falls down and get deposited, and that takes the form of sand dunes. Means when winds are blowing, they carry some sand, silt along with it, and when wind stops blowing, all that sand and silt falls down and takes the structure, and that structure is known as sand dunes. Now, when the soil sand is fine and light, it can flow, it can move in the longer distance. But when it's coarse and hard, it cannot travel longer distance and deposited in large areas, and that large areas are known as loessls. And these loessls can be mostly seen in the China. So I told you about the wind, how wind erode and deposit the materials, the sand and silts in the desert areas, how they take the form of rocks, and the rocks are in the mushroom shape. And why they are in mushroom shape? Because wind blows and eroded the lower section of the sand. That's why they remains wider in the top and narrower in the bottom. And I told you about the sand dunes, that when wind blows, it carries so many materials, sand and silts with it, and when it stops blowing, that sand and silt falls down and takes some structure, and that structure is known as sand dunes. And I told you that when the sand is fine and light, it can go in longer distance, but when it is coarse and hard, it cannot travel in long distance and falls in the large areas, and that large areas are known as loessls. That's all for today's lecture. Thank you.